All right, guys. Here we go. We're live. Another episode of Sunday Stupidity. We're getting all the stuff done on the boat. We're gonna finish the bow. It's time to finish the bow. We're almost done. We're a couple of bolts away from being done. I can't see chat from over there. Who's here? It looks like Northern. Welcome in, guys. So we're putting the last couple of screws on the hinge for the first deck lid box we finished, and then we're gonna put them on. We're gonna put the box lids on, and then we're going to after these lids are on, I cleaned out that side already. I still gotta take this lid off over here, clean it all out underneath there, get all the shit out of there, and then we'll get these bolted on, and then it's time to move on to the last little bit of decking here. We just got this little section right here to do. So let me flip this back over there where it's going to end up going. I gotta jump up my fat ass up in there now, and this is going to be the hard part, is screwing this thing all in. So who's here? We got Northern's here. Northern, and looks like he's the only one that's chatting. Welcome in, Northern. We got 4 others here other than Northern. Only one thumbs up. Hit that thumbs up and state your presence, guys. This whole today is all about just chilling, hanging out, working on the boat. I got a couple things. Oh, you know what? I should. So let me get this where it's going to go. It's going to be a bitch to screw this one on. Well, it's going to be a bitch to screw both of them on. Did I seriously do that upside down? I think I did that upside down. Son of a bitch. I'm an idiot. These ones are on upside down, so I got to redo these. Wait, no, they shouldn't be. Yeah, they are. Gosh damn it. Let me look at the other one, make sure. But I'm pretty sure I just put that hinge on upside down. So let me go look at the other ones. I know this side is done right. If I may end up doing this other side first. Stupid balls off of the tree. All right. Yeah, it's got to go like that. Okay. So maybe that side's not wrong. All right, I'm going to take this side off of here, set it out of the way for a minute, because I got piles and piles and piles and mounds of dirt I got to get out of these little cubbies. And I got a little bit of scraping to do to get some of the last little remnants of carpet out of there. I should take the steps off as well. That's going to be a bitch. Should take the steps off as well. But I want to get everything done. I want to get all of it done. So, and the steps are a whole nother separate issue, but there's a dirt blow in my eye. All right. Let me get some of this dirt out of this side real quick. Thing's loaded up full of dirt and the old glue. It's pretty gnarly. I don't mind just dumping that on the ground right here because it's all just dirt. If it was like other shit, then I wouldn't dump it there, but it's just dirt. And I'm only dumping dirt in dirt, so it's not like it makes a huge difference, right? All right, so this vacuum's not sucking all of this out of here. I can't get the little thing in there enough. The angles were hung to get like the right suction in here. And this thing's dying. Damn battery powered stuff. Oh, there it went. It died. Battery's dead already. I've only used it like 4 minutes and the battery's dead. All right, well, I got the other vacuum out here. I don't know where the little corner nozzle thing for it went. You know, like the little angled nozzle. Hey, Josie, welcome in. So who else is here? Just looks like just Josie and Northern and Jackson's here. What up, brother? Good to see you guys. All right. Josie's here. Northern's here. Jackson's here. That's like all my viewers. So everybody's here. Sweet. Welcome in, guys. Apparently YouTube hates me because they're not showing out the channel anymore. So if you guys want to like, subscribe, and share, I would greatly appreciate it. I mean, I know you already liked and subscribed because I know you guys. You're cool like that. But, you know, if you want to tell a friend or 10 or 20 or 100 that I'm here, that'd be cool. It would be real cool. Man, I can't find the little freaking, like, you know, the little attachments for the vacuum, like the little nozzles? I can't find the little one for the corner. And I don't, but I need it. I fucking need it. I don't know where it went. It's in the house somewhere. Actually, I think I might know where it's at. Give me 2 seconds, guys. Give me 2 seconds. Let me run in the house and see if it's where I think it might be. I might be that fucking idiot that left it sitting in the wrong place. Well, we all know I'm that idiot, but I don't try to deny that. I don't deny my stupidity. I am. Let's see. It's going to be right here. I hope. Nope. 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 I vacuumed off the couch and I thought I left it on the couch, but I guess not. So, where did I leave that fucking thing? Oh, my stupidity overwhelms me sometimes. Like, I thought it was on the vacuum, like on the little, you know, because they got like the little post that you can put those stupid little things on. I thought it was on the little post. So unless I like knocked it off the vacuum and kicked it like under the stove or the fridge or something like that, it should be right fucking there. Come on, man. Where's Mrs. SoCal? Is she in the house? I mean, you know, in the chat. She said she had some office time today, so she would probably be in here. I'm the last asshole that used the vacuum, so it's ultimately my responsibility where that thing went. But Mrs. SoCal, are you here? Do you know where the little like corner thing attachment for the vacuum went? If you're here, I don't even know if she's here. I can't even see the chat because I'm in the goddamn house. My stupidity freaking breaks my balls once again. Oh well, I'll just use the regular thing, and like the little hose on the vacuum, and what we can do. Can you guys hear me when I walk away that far, or does it go all fucking weird, robotic, stupid? Hey, Munchie's here. Have to be at work at 11. Oh, that sucks. That sucks. Could you guys hear me rambling on? Hey, Rude, welcome in. Could you guys hear me rambling on when I was in the house? Or does the mic cut out when I get that far away? Anyone? 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 All right, well, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to throw the vacuum back up on the bow of the boat. And I'm going to vacuum out that other side real quick, the little hatch end real quick. There's like a zip tie or something stuck in the brush on the vacuum. All right, see, I can't get up in that little spot, but this actually is strong enough that it gets most of it. All right. It's going to look so good when it's done, except for this one little corner that I jacked up. The way that these sheets were cut, one of the sections over here doesn't line up quite right. But there's nothing I can do about that other than just roll with it, you know. All right, hopefully Miss SoCal's not here. She's going to be pissed that I got her vacuum outside. But she understands I'm an idiot. I do that shit. All right. Where that? Where what? You guys can hear me? Okay. Where that what? Munchie's here, Rude's here, Josie's here, Jackson's here, Northern's here. We got all the freaking players. Hell yeah. All right. So now my next step on this thing is to clean it. I gotta get over here where I can freaking clean it though, because the wind's blowing and I was trying to spray that shit from way over there. That ain't gonna work. This is so gross in here with like all the dirt and shit that built up. But once it's clean, you know. I need to go through and detail the shit out of this boat, but that'll come after it's all right, guys, watch this. That'll come after it's all everything's all put together. Nice clean paper towel, right? Look at that. You guys see that? It's just two edges, and I didn't even get all the way in there. That's the shit that you find building up underneath your carpeting, though, in your house. You think like you're vacuuming it all out, but you're not. You're not getting all of it. Even like carpet cleaning doesn't do it all. All right. So I have a little bit of area that I should scrape up here. It's got some carpet, like just the remnants left on the edges where this top section is that I got to do, and it's gonna be a bitch. I'm almost wondering if I shouldn't even worry about it because the way it's gonna cover, I don't think it's gonna be a huge problem. But we don't know yet. We don't know. Well, I won't know until this stuff's on, honestly. So, But I kind of think I should go grab the scraper and scrape that off. Probably easier to do it without the deck lid on than it will with the deck lid on, you know. And if I put the deck lid on and figure out that I got to scrape it, then I'm just going to be pissed because I got to take everything apart. So let me run back into the back patio and grab that deck lid real quick, or that scraper real quick. And then I'll be right back. Give me 2 minutes, guys. I'm going to grab a drink while I'm in there as well. Because, you know, I'm out in the sun again. And my fat ass don't fare well in the sun. So we got, when I get back out there, I'll turn the camera for a quick second. We got some new neighbors moving in. And I came walking out. You know, I got my old fucking hillbilly hat on and I'm in shorts. And, whoa, Jesus. Shorts and a t-shirt and, you know, whatever. And this is the first time they've ever been in the house, like since they closed the escrow. And they just gave me the dirtiest fucking looks. Because, you know, the beard, the hair, the hat. Then they see me setting up the camera and shit. They're giving me dirty ass looks. So this could get interesting with the new neighbors. For the most part, my other neighbors are all cool. I don't have any other neighbors that I have an issue with or, you know, anything wrong with whatsoever. They're all super cool. But we'll see what happens here. Let's see what happens with these guys. So I can tell right now they're probably all running from ice. All right. What we got? We got 5 people here. We got, yeah, see, there's the new neighbors right over my shoulder. Hey, Sebastian, welcome in. Oh, really? Coyote's giving and got, hey, Drew, what's happening? You know what, Drew, while you're here. There you go, Drew. You earned it. So, Coyote's came and got someone's dog last night. That sucks. That sucks. It's time to start whacking some yotes. All right, so I'm gonna have to crawl my fat ass up in here to do this. Oh God, you guys hear that? That was brutal. That was like nails on a chalkboard brutal. All right, man. When my boat got put on the trailer last time, it did not get put all the way on the trailer because last time I had the boat out in the water, you guys, was when everything went to shit, and I had to get towed back in. So I wasn't able to drive it up onto the trailer and get it all the way up. So it's kind of like moving a little bit when I move around up here. The whole freaking bow is like 6 inches off of where it should be up on the trailer, which kind of sucks because it's a little sketchy pulling the trailer down the freeway when the boat's bouncing like that. Okay, this is gonna suck getting this off. I can't use a plastic scraper because it's not strong enough. So I'll just use the 5-in-1. This is chipping off fairly okay over here. All right. Oh, come on. I just want this to be able to like not see the old carpet fuzz that's left when I get this all put together. And I checked last night or whatever. I can't wrap this whole section right here of this little block that's left to do. I can't wrap it down inside the bow because this stuff's too thick and it wouldn't let the box lids close properly. It'd end up fucking it all up. The more I open and close it, it just, you know, grind itself off. But if I can get a bunch of this shit out of here, it won't be that bad. Some of this stuff's thick, some of it's not. It's like they went extra thick in some places, which I don't understand why. I guess the corners, I get it. They wanted them to stick, but it's like they went extra. All right. Hey, we got 5 people here still. Nobody else is showing up. What the hell, man? Come on, YouTube. Why aren't you guys freaking... Nothing's helping. What's wrong? Oh, bad tooth. Yeah, that sucks, dude. The worst fucking pain on the planet is bad fucking tooth pain. Believe me, I know. Believe me, I know. I actually have to go get... my teeth are so fucked up. Part genetics and part desert racing. But I gotta go get the fucking implants. And I'm looking forward to it, but I'm not. I know that shit's gonna hurt. And I know it's gonna hurt for a while. I just had a hammer here. Where'd I put it? There it is. Oh man. I should have put the camera on the other side where I could see it, huh? So I could see chat while I'm doing this side. But it's all good. I'll make short work of this area right here. And then come back over and hang out with chat for a little bit. Make my neighbors think I'm fucking crazy talking to myself. I mean, they can see the camera, but I don't think they... I mean, I know they don't have... I know for a fact they don't know I have a YouTube channel because I don't know who the fuck I am. So... All right. Let me get back over here and catch up. So... What model of boat? This is the Stratus 282. It's technically marketed as a fishing and ski boat, like a water ski boat. But I don't fucking water ski. I don't water ski. Is Montana considered a neighbor? What do you mean? Oh, to California? Yeah, I don't know. I would say probably not. Ate all the cloves. Clove works for tooth pain. Clove oil and shit. Orajel. Dude, I own stock in fucking Orajel. I mean, Jesus Christ. I got loads of that shit in the house right now. My teeth are so fucked. Like this side, this bottom side right here, there's like nothing left. They all got fucking knocked out in a crash. And then the rest, between the ones that fucking, the other ones that got knocked out, I actually pulled a molar, 2 molars on the fucking up here on a tuna trip. I got this thing going on, weird fucking like rare ass fucking thing where my jawbone like is actually disintegrating from the teeth. Like I don't have any cavities, I don't have any fucking none of that bullshit going on with my teeth. Like, whatever. Cavities or any of that kind of shit. But my teeth themselves are fine. The problem I'm having is my jawbone. It's like part genetic because the same thing happened to my mom, and part trauma, like facial trauma from freaking smashing my face into the ground desert racing. The jawbone is actually receding away slowly but surely from the roots of my teeth. So all of a sudden, like I'll have a tooth that just starts hurting, and it's not the actual tooth that's hurting. It's like, well, I mean, the tooth is hurting because of it, but it's the jawbone that's giving me the issue. And it's weird because I can pull that tooth out, and as soon as that tooth comes out, the fucking pain goes away like a light switch being turned on and off. but like I can feel it. Like there'll be a little twinge of pain, and I'll know like, okay, in a couple of months, this tooth is gonna have to come out. Kind of sucks, but I finally found a doctor that'll do the implant shit for me, so I'll get that done and be golden. All right, now I got to remove the steps, I think, yeah, to scrape this carpet out, because that's actually behind the damn thing. And removing the steps is a pain in the donkey ass because they're nut and bolt. Like I put the steps on with the hinge upside down on purpose. Yeah, I got to get in there to shit so that I could get in here and I knew the steps were going to come back off. So, but I got to get in there on the other side now and be able to reach the freaking nut to get the step off, which means I got to flip the windshield open, slide my fat ass up into there. I like the pass-through windshield, but I don't at the same time. So, I need to borrow some of my stocks at Origel. Hey, is Mrs. SoCal here? Mrs. SoCal, do you know where the little attachment for the vacuum, for the little hose thing, the little angled one, the real thin, narrow one? Do you know where that went? I can't find it anywhere. I have no clue where it went. Ha! See? Okay. Cool. Thank you. I'll be right back, guys. I gotta go look next to the dryer. Oh, I'm gonna break my ass jumping off of here. Oh, nope. Almost. Oh, I think I twisted a hip though. I'm gonna shit myself if it's by the dryer. I mean, I got all that shit wiped out of there now, but because I searched like every room in the house. Okay, I don't see it next to the dryer or on top of the dryer. Well, shit. I don't see it. I don't need it right this second, so. But I'd like to know where it went. All right, so I gotta take the steps off of the boat. Oh, Jesus, Lord Almighty! The front door is open, and when I open the back door, or when I go to shut the back door with the front door open, it creates a vacuum and just slams the friggin' doors. All right. So, hey, Mrs. SoCal, are you still here? Is she still here? You were using it cleaning out the vent. Okay. So, Mrs. SoCal, check that out. You know what that means, right? And guess what? We're still the only white people in the neighborhood. Okay. So now, freaking out blew off. How much of a bitch? Oh, this is gonna be a bitch. Gosh dang it. That's gonna be a bitch to get to take that off. I'm gonna have to take the whole freaking hinge off and everything. So let me come in here. I gotta do it from the other side. There's so much fucking trash in the boat right now. It pisses me off. Half of it's not for me. All right. No, I have not. Um, I do see possibly three little kids, but I don't know. So when I came out earlier to like start doing all this, because I came out and did a little bit before I started the live, and when I came out, they gave me some dirty fucking looks, like dirty looks. So I don't think I like them already. Oh man, that's right. This fucking thing. I gotta take this off. Oh, is that bolted? Yeah, it's bolted. So I gotta take the. How did this come off? There's a clip somewhere to take the little release off of here for the. Oh my god! I got an anchor in the boat, you guys. I just found a fucking anchor in the boat that I didn't know I have. I have an anchor, so that means I can go fucking fishing. Hoo yeah! All right, this is gonna be a bitch to do. This is gonna be an absolute bitch and a half to do. Yeah, so the new neighbors fucking gave me some dirty ass looks. Right? Fucking score. I didn't know that anchor was in there. Okay, I saw a Phillips screwdriver in one of these boxes. I swear to God, it was in this one. Where the fuck did it go? Where in the fuck did it go? Maybe it's in this box. I just didn't see it. It's in that box and I just didn't see it. I'm getting old and I'm getting blind. All right. All right, let me see if I can get this fucking thing off of here. Oh, this has got to come off though. That's nut and bolted. Damn it. So, you know the little like shocks that hold like the hood open on your car? I got one of those on the steps, which I don't know why it would be in there. It's a fucking stupid fucking spot. You would think the other deck boxes would have one rather than the one for the steps, but I gotta get that off so I can get everything else off. But it's got these little clips that are a pain in the ass to get on and off. Like you gotta unclip it. There it goes. Come on, unclip, bitch. There it is. That's off. Okay. Okay, there we go. So now hopefully with that off of there, I can get a Phillips screwdriver in there somewhat. Nope. I cannot get a screwdriver in there with the right angle to maybe if I'm fucking this hinge up by doing that though. I need to get this whole thing off to be able to undo the or remove the last little bit of carpet that needs to be done. These screws are all fucked up. I might end up having to drill the screws out, which I don't want to have to do because then I'll have to, I think I have to though. I have to drill those out. Gosh dang it. It's the last thing I wanted to do, but it's what I have to do. So I just had a drill bit. There it is. Drilling these screws out is going to suck though, because then I'm going to have to figure out how to get the screws out of the hole, because I'm just going to drill the screw heads off of this. So all right, what am I missing in chat? The pneumatic cylinder, yeah. The you know, you guys know what I'm talking about. Remember intimidating those who don't know you? Oh, I'm intimidating to those that don't. Yeah, you're right. You're right. I am very, somebody told me that I could very easily pass for a 1%er motorcycle club member. God, it's no wonder these fucking screws are stripped out. They're like extremely soft. Oh, that one's not going to want to cooperate, is it? But now with that hinge back farther, I can get it. Okay. Ooh, that's hot. That was stupid to try to touch that, huh? Man, this is not going my way. There it goes. All right, steps are off. So those got to go out of the way for now. Put them back here and make more mess in the boat. All right. That was a pain in the booty. That was definitely a pain in the booty. So let me come back up here and catch up with chat a little bit. Because after that, I need to sit and take a break. All right. They're not rivets, no. They're actual pieces of shit, little screws that hold the. There's all these little pieces of shit Phillips screws that are super, super soft. So, yeah, there's a grappling anchor in here. A folding grappling anchor. I thought I was completely out of anchors. So that means I can go fish. Is that a Sprite? No, it's a Monster. Oh, I can't do Sprite anymore. Hey, Rivers, welcome in. All right, so I got the. My God, there's just shit everywhere. Here's a fluke. Got the steps off. So now I got to scrape off a little bit of carpet that was behind the hinges on the steps, so that I can finish up the Eva foam. I don't know how you pronounce it. I know it's spelled EVA, but I don't know if it's pronounced Eva or Eva or whatever, but you guys know what I'm working with. I'm working with this stuff, you know, for the flooring. So, hey, Lewis. Looks like a boat you just bought. What'd you get, Lewis? Oh, Lewis. Jesus Christ. Lewis just popped up and right after Rivers. What kind of boat did you get, Rivers? This is the Stratus 282. It's the fish and ski model, but I don't ski, so I don't plan on taking it in the snow. Come on, nobody got that? Really? No, but it came with the little post for the ski ropes and all that shit. Um, but I'm never gonna use it to ski. I'm too old and fat to ski. 79 Sea Sprite. Okay. It's amazing how much boats keep their value, man. Like this boat, I absolutely fucking screwed the guy over on price. He had it listed up on Craigslist over in Arizona, Yuma, Arizona, and I'd seen it, and he had put in the article that needs new carpet, and I didn't want something that I had to work on. I wanted something straight up. I could go pick it up from whoever I was buying it and go straight to the lake or the bay or whatever and go fish off of it. But everything here in California, these people all think they got fucking solid gold that they're trying to sell when they're trying to sell a boat. So I ended up calling this dude, talked to him a little bit about the boat. He didn't seem to know much about it, which was whatever, it is what it is. So I told him, I said, I'm in San Diego, but for the right price, I'll drive over to Arizona and take it off your hands. And he says, okay, well, it's listed for 6. What about like 58? I said, what about 4? And he says, what about 55? I said, what about 35? And he kind of saw where I was going with that. And he settled at $4,000 because he knew every time that he was going to throw out a number, I was going to throw out a lower number as well. So I told him for $4,000, I'll make the drive. I'll come over and pick it up. And yeah, we don't get enough snow. Exactly. So we agreed $4,000 over the phone. The only thing I'd seen of it was the pictures that he had posted on Craigslist. So I got over there, walked around the boat for 3 or 4 minutes before I even went and knocked on the dude's door, because he had it parked on the street when I pulled up. And I parked across the street from his house just because of the way MapQuest told me to come in there and all that. So anyway, I walked around the boat for a minute with my dad. And Dad is, he's my dad. I love him. But he's kind of getting to the point where the brain power ain't there anymore like it should be. So I told him, I said, don't speak, because he tends to open his mouth and say the dumbest shit ever without thinking about what he's saying. And I had made up my mind already that I wasn't paying $4,000. So I told my dad, just don't say anything, and let me do all the talking. So I knock on the guy's door. The guy opens the door. The very first words out of his mouth, okay, didn't tell me his name, didn't introduce him to anything, nothing. First thing out of his mouth was, hey, I don't know a damn thing about boats, so I'm relying on you to tell me what's up. Well, without a thought, I don't know where it came from. Like, it didn't even cross my freaking brain pan, but the words fell out of my mouth that I told the guy, I said, hey, that's fine. That's what I do for a living. We restore and flip boats, which is total bullshit. My background is in construction and plumbing, not boats. So the guy kind of got this panicked look on his face. And now that I've been going through this thing, I understand why he got that panicked look on his face, because everything he touched, he fucked up. So we came out, we walked around the boat a little bit. He told me what he could about it. He didn't know shit. And I asked him again, I said, what's the lowest price you're going to go on this thing? And he goes, well, we agreed to $4,000. He says, I'm not going to go any lower than that. So I started walking around the boat, pointing out shit to him that was wrong. That some of it wasn't even shit that was wrong. But the plug had freaking stucco patch in the fucking hole for the plug, because apparently, and I found out after I took all the stucco patch and all that shit out, the plug that the guy had for the boat was worn out, so it wasn't sealing all the way. So he fucking put stucco patch in the hole, so the plug was permanently sealed shut. So if you got water in the boat, you could get out what the bilge pump would let you get out, but that was it. You know, you couldn't drain all of it. So I pointed that out to him. I told him that's going to be about a $2,000 fix, because now, because of the stucco patch, we got to go in there and freaking redo that whole section of the stern. And anyway, long story short, I ended up getting the guy to settle for $3,200. So for $3,200, you know, I figured not a bad deal. Not a bad deal. It's not the exact boat that I wanted, but it'll do for now. It, you know, it's meant to get me and my dad out on the lake and fish. Dad's kind of, as I learned, fishing on a boat with dad is like fishing on a boat with two toddlers. I spend more time tying his knots and untangling his shit and, you know, getting him out of freaking snags than I actually did fishing. So, but you know, we'll still make it happen. I'll still take Pops out and fish. You know, I gotta. He's getting old. You know, there's not much time, left with him. But he's out of the house now. He doesn't live at my house anymore. So I think that'll be a lot better for him and I, because you know, when you're close quarters with somebody all the time, things that shouldn't get to you start getting to you. So anyway, oh, my fucking knees are killing me being over here. All I got for a fucking knee pad's a paper towel. Between your dad and me, you always got a boatload of trouble. Yes, so, yes, sir, yes, sir. You were so right, Mrs. SoCal, but you don't give me any trouble. You keep me out of trouble. She keeps me from doing a bunch of dumb shit. So yeah, the boat's starting to look good. It's starting to get there. Once I get all this done, we'll be good. I'm trying to chip this out without fucking up the fiberglass right here, but whoever put in this carpet really did a number. They used, like, it's obvious that they were not paying for the glue. I just want it out of here because it's going to look funky when I do the wrap. Well, I won't be able to wrap this section because the with Eva foam, because it's too thick. So all of if I were to wrap this little 2x2 section that I got to do, and then, you know, I already wrapped the deck lids, so it would actually hit each other, and the more I open the deck lids, the more it's going to tear the stuff up. But if I can get this glue and stuff off here, it won't look as bad in the little gaps. So, and this glue's starting to come off pretty okay now that I got the angle on it. Oh, come on, I got just this one little bit right here. Okay, so that, and then I gotta go back this way with it. Oh, I can't go left-handed. Damn it. That's my wrong way. I'm getting tired already, guys, doing this. I'm not used to this physical stuff anymore. I'm used to, like, being, you know, Mr. Mom without the kids. Oh, thank God there's no kids. I like kids and all, just other people's kids. You know, that sounded wrong as fuck, didn't it? I like my nieces and nephews because when I've had enough, I could send them home loaded up on a fucking Red Bull. Which, if you think I haven't done that, you're crazy. I have definitely babysitted the nieces and nephews and babysat, whatever you want to call it, and sent them home loaded up on freaking candy and Monster. Hell, I gave my niece one time. My one little niece is, as a kid, she was like extra fucking ADHD. Like that girl was bouncing off the freaking walls. And I watched her one day and I sent her home. I actually took her to the aquarium and a whole bunch of, there was a family event going on. And my cousin couldn't, my nieces are not my nieces technically, but like they're my nieces because, even though they're my cousins, my two cousins are more brothers to me than cousins, so they're still my nieces, they call me uncle, all that shit. But anyway, there's a family deal that I was supposed to go to as well, but I volunteered to stay behind and take care of the kid. So it was a school day. She was in like second or third grade, and I was at the house. They all had to leave like early as hell because they had to go out of town for it. And I was at the house when she woke up for school, and they were already all gone. And I looked at her when she woke up, and I said, "Hey, do you want to go to school today, or do you want to go do something else that's really fun that you'll learn even more?" And she's like, "No, hell no, I don't want to go to school." So I took her to the aquarium, the Birch Aquarium here in San Diego, which is badass. They got a bunch of interactive like stuff for kids and all that. But anyway, on the way home, my cousin called me and he's like, "Hey, where you guys at?" I told him, we're still at the aquarium, and he's like, "What the fuck?" And I was like, "Well, I gave her the option. Did she want to go to school? Did she want to go learn something different today?" And so we went to the aquarium. And he was kind of like, "Dude, she needs to go to school." And I'm like, "Yeah, but she learned more today than she would have at school, So on the way home, I stopped, got her and a Red Bull, and I took her home after she finished the ice cream and the Red Bull. And we were pulling up to the house just as that Red Bull was starting to kick in. And they were all getting ready to start making dinner, and they're like, "Hey, man, you want to stay and hang out? We're fucking making dinner. You want to stay for dinner?" I was like, "No, I got shit to do. I got to go. But thanks." Gave me a little niece a hug. I'm like, "Oh, I hope you learned a lot today." Like 45 minutes later, man, my cousin's calling me going, "What the fuck did you feed her? She's bouncing off the goddamn walls." I'm like, "Yep." I'm like, "Oh, no, I just got her a Red Bull. She said she wanted a Red Bull, so I got her a Red Bull and an ice cream. And, she ate cookies and fucking junk all day. So, but I'll tell you what, man, to this day, like, I'm still the cool uncle. It's still Uncle SoCal fucking let me skip school and go to the aquarium. Now, the funny thing is, after that trip to the aquarium, like, she was just enthralled with the freaking little shark exhibit they had there. And after the aquarium, dude, that girl learned everything she could about sharks, which I thought was awesome. And a little while later, a year or so later, my cousin actually told me, he's like, "Dude, I'm glad you did that now." He's like, "She is so into sharks now that, like, that's it." For a long time, she wanted to be a biologist that got to go swim and study sharks. And now she's grown up. She's just graduated high school this past year, and right after her high school graduation, they took her and my other niece on a little road trip. My niece and my two nieces and my nephew. They took them on a road trip up to like Yosemite, and while they were there, my little niece decided that she wants to work for the forestry department. And within 3 months, or less than 3 months of getting back from that road trip up there, She is now up there full time working for the forestry department, which I thought was pretty badass. So she wants to be part of the fire crew up there. So she's working towards getting accepted to the fire crew for forestry. And right now, she's on their trail and habitat restoration team. So she's out there, up in the Yosemite National Park, freaking doing trail restorations and stuff, which I thought was pretty awesome. The last I heard, a couple weeks ago, she was going out to do a bunch of clearing on some of the rivers for some of the salmon runs and stuff out there. So I thought that was really cool. All right. That carpet is scraped as much as I on all of this. Let me get back over here. I'm avoiding chat so much. Let's see. Whoops. Gosh dang it. I keep touching the screen and moving like the wrong shit. I was trying to scroll chat. All right, give me a second. All right. So now there's 70 y'all in here hanging out. All right, so I saw that nice looking boat from Whiskers. So, oh god damn it! I hate this new fruity phone. Hey Luke, you made it. Welcome in. Luke came over from G-Bay. What's up, you crazy Canadian? How you doing, man? How you doing? How's everything up there in the Great White Frozen North going? G-Bay, we finally made it, man. We got freaking memberships and super chats and all that shit available on the channel now, finally. Fucking, that was a grind. Just ripped out the Oh, really? Really? What are you doing to it? I know you didn't just rip it out of there for fun. I know that if you're pulling the motor, dude, you ain't playing. Oh, really? How the hell did you strip the counter shaft? That's hard to do. That's really hard to do. I mean, I've done it before on my 250, but but that was back in my days when, that'll do it. That's exactly how I did my 250R. Freaking sprocket got a little bit loose, and I went out to Glamis and went fucking full send on it. I ended up breaking the counter shaft. And I'll tell you what, when that sprocket came off and that chain came winging at me, fucking wide open 6 gear on that bike, it hurt. It fucking hurt. It split my boot. So guys, my shameless plug of the day. Walmart, if you're listening, sponsor me. Clear American Waters, guys. 0 sugar, 0 calories, 0 caffeine, 0 sodium, which is salt. Nothing in it. The only thing that's in this is 140 milligrams of potassium. And this shit, man, it's like a soda, but it's water. And whatever that label says, whatever color or flavor that label says, man, that's what it tastes like. You just took a bite out of. Like the blue raspberries tastes like I'm over here eating a handful of raspberries. Anyway, enough rambling on, right? I got boat shit to do. And I'm just rambling. So I think the next thing I got to do is I got to put on the deck lids. And then I got the steps off. I have to flip the hinge. I got to flip that hinge, and I got to get new screws for that hinge. But I think let's see, where's my screw holes for my hinge? They're in here. So, oh yeah, I got screws that'll fit, that'll work. So, Whisker Biscuit, yeah, G-Bay is a great dude, man. He's up there in Lower Canada. Um, really cool dude. He's into the whole, he's got, like you guys just saw, he's got his DRZ. He's into the freaking snowmobiles in the winter and all that kind of shit. He's a damn good freaking gardener, if you know what I mean. So yeah, give him a follow. I'm not sure he posts a lot of stuff on here, but um, you know, G-Bay's a great dude. Funny as hell too, guys. He's funny as hell. Lower Canada, we're a boot. He's a boot. I'll leave that up for him. I know where he's at, but I'm not gonna. I'm not gonna give away somebody's location if they don't want it given away. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? But he's, I believe, in your neck of the woods. He's in your neck of the woods up there. So I don't know if G-Bay's still in here or not. He might have just did a flyby, but we'll see. We'll see. Oh, you know what? I got to turn on all messages. I always forget to do that. I always have it on the top messages because fucking YouTube's stupid and they don't put all messages for the streamers. So you never know what the fuck's going on. All right, so I've got to vacuum this shit. I got to scrape this off a little more. I got to vacuum this out one last time, and then it's game on for the rest of the flooring. So we'll get the rest of the flooring in. I was hoping YouTube would push out the content today and we get a couple new subscribers into the channel, but it doesn't look like they're pushing me out today. So all you guys know that I'm not one to ask for the likes, subscribes, and all that shit, but I'm going to be shameless. And if you don't mind sharing the channel out, I greatly appreciate it. We have a goal. I have a goal that I need to get about 900 more watch hours before January. And that doesn't give me a lot of time. That gives me 2 months. So I'll be going live quite a bit doing just stupid shit. Hey, Mary, welcome. Mary is our newest freaking member. Hell yeah. Thank you, Mary. I appreciate you. You know, Mary, it's funny. I don't know if I've said this before anywhere or not, but I always saw you popping up in quite a few different streams. And then I would see Turner doing his thing out there, making baits and all that. And it took me for fucking ever to put two and two together and figure out the relation there. Like it never, I don't know why, but it like never clicked. And then all of a sudden when it clicked, it was like, oh my God, I feel like a freaking idiot. I thought it was kind of funny when I realized the connection there between Mary and good old Mr. Stephen Crappie Man Jigs Turner. I felt like a damn fool when I finally figured it out. All right, let me let's see, how do I want to do this? So I want to vacuum this out. I could probably just sweep all this crap out down that way. Well, I don't have the broom out here, but I do have a rag that I can use. Just sweep all this crap out that way because I don't got to worry about all that. So let's I want to get as much of the dirt and shit out of here as I can while I'm here, because I mean it's just going to end up building back up anyway. You guys that have a boat, you know what it's like. It's amazing how dirty it gets out on the water. All right. So I know Turner's live. He's out there in the we'll call it the Crappy Man Jigs warehouse right now, building up some inventory. I saw the pop up that he was live. So I don't fault you guys if you want to go watch him make some baits rather than watch me make an ass out of myself over here working on the boat. But I am good at making an ass out of myself. I will say that. All right. So now, God, that looks so good. This man, everything on the boat where like the sun never really hit it and the original color shines through still. Looks so freaking good. It's like this it's like a green teal blue. Whatever where the sun beat down on it, it looks like crap. Oh man. Okay. So I know this deck lid was perfect. I think this one's right. So since this one's already up here on the boat, let me see if I can get that one put on real quick. Oh god dang. Those are so good. It's like drinking liquid candy, you guys. Clear American, raspberry, blue raspberry. Try them out. This thing's like 80 cents at Walmart. Cheaper than a freaking soda. And better. And better for you. Walmart, if you're listening, sponsor me. Okay. I'm kind of stuck in a bad spot here. Oh. So, that one. Hinge front door. Okay, so goes up, this side out. Goes up, this side out. So it does go in there like that. Oh, I freaking just almost fell. Okay. This, ladies and gentlemen, is going to be a bitch. Trying to get these hinges on there is going to suck because there's not a lot of room. And yeah, Jackson, check them out. They're pretty good, man. You'll find them in the, where you find like bottled water and all that. Same aisle at Walmart. They're freaking good though. They got a bunch of different flavors, and whatever the flavor says that it is, that's exactly what it is. Like the Fuji apple, it tastes like you're taking a bite out of a freaking Fuji apple. They're so freaking good. I'm like, they don't pay me to advertise them, so that should tell you a lot right there. I'm freaking repping them out like crazy. What the hell? Why does that not fit? Oh, because I'm an idiot. God damn it. Shit, that whole hinge is going to move down freaking couple inches. Gosh darn it. That sucks. Oh well. I got the drill out here for a reason. Oh man. There's an extra hole for the hinge. And I'm wondering if that side's going to be the same, isn't it? I'm going to have to move them down one. So there's an extra hole in there. So at one point, this must have been a bigger hinge. It was because there's 2 extra holes. So somebody at one point in time switched it from 1 hinge to 2. Gosh darn it. Ugh, that sucks. I was hoping this process would go nice and quick. But Is what it is. I knew. I know that everything I touch on this boat, that dude I bought it from has already touched. It's gonna be a freaking circus. So there's not really much I can do about that. He's got the wiring in here so screwed up that something is shorted out somewhere so bad that even the fish finder kills the battery. And the fish finder, you guys know, it takes like no power. So get out of there. Yeah, that dude was a total moron. When he said, "Oh, I don't know a thing about boats," I kind of figured like, okay, that's fine, whatever. Not everybody knows about boats, myself included. This doing all this stuff is all new to me. All the stuff I'm doing, but there's a thing called like YouTube, and there's another thing called like the Chilton's Manual that can tell you how to do things the right way. And apparently, dude didn't know of either one of those. So I got to move the hinges down one hole, which means they're okay. Those are already there. That's already there. Are those going to line up? Those are all still going to line up. Okay, so we're good. We are good. So I don't got to pre-drill the foam, the flooring foam for the next holes because they're already there. Already, basically I'm moving down one hole. So the very last one I'll have to redo, but that's it. But once I get these all in and lined up, actually all I got to do is get two of them in and lined up, and everything else will be lined up to where I just pop that last nut and bolt through. Which I'm going to do that one right now. Pop it through. There it goes. It went through. Tighten her up. Put this last one in. And I'll have to move the other hinge down one slot. I think. Oh, maybe not. The other one might actually not have to move. Let's see. Let me fold these hinges down and line her up. Let's see what happens. See if they're going to line up. Okay, that one lines up now. And that one will line up. Okay, good. So we're good. We're good. Now what I got to do is figure out how I'm going to get this thing in here. Hey, Hillbilly, welcome in. That's about where this one's going, dude. Yeah, I thought it was going to be like a full-on piano hinge. It is like piano hinge style, but there's, instead of one big piano hinge like it should have been, this dude took them off and separated them, and now I got two hinges. Okay. Oh, I took the steps off. Now I got like this weird hole that I got to lay in to be able to get down here and see if I can line all this up. Oh, this is not good. Not a good place to get in here at all. Oh, that's not going to work. That is not going to work on my knees. I'll tell you what. All right. All I got for knee pads right out here is paper towels. The paper towel roll. Okay, it's just going to line up. That's going to line up right there. So if I can get that one in, if I can get this one screwed in, There we go. Everything else should start lining up pretty quick and easy. Easy peasy. Easy peasy. Oops, drop the screw. Screws aren't magnetic because they're like freaking pot metal. Easy peasy Japanesey, right? All right. The front hinge is on. Almost. I got one screw left to put the front hinge all the way in. There it is. And now, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I can put 4 and I'll be okay. Because there's a chance this may come off anyway. So I'll put 4 in here to get her going. Oh, God. I just can't get the angle on it with the angles here. I can't even see it from that angle. This sucks. Okay. So I got to take this one out because it didn't go in where it needed to go in. And then what I'll do is I'll get that one. Okay. I'll put another one in, get another one secure, and then I can redo that one that's not quite proper. This is pissing me off, you guys. There's no way the clamps wouldn't work right here. And I'll show you on the other one in just a second here when I get this screwed in. Gosh dang it. Clamps, there's nowhere to clamp it. I mean, believe me, I do have some clamps in the garage, but there would be nowhere to clamp these things in. God damn it, I can't get it to. I'm going to have to do it by hand without the screwdriver. Or without the drill, I mean. Oh my gosh, man. All right, this is when I say, you know what? It's time for a Coke and a smoke and walk away from it for a second before I throw it at the fucking wall. The problem with trying to use clamps is that let me show you guys on the other side here. I don't know how well you can see it. So this little pocket right here, this little lip is where it's got to go. Hinge drops down in there, but there's a gap like 2 inches between there and then the wall. And then that's like another 3 or 4 inches to get a clamp in there. And there's just nowhere to actually clamp it. So it's just not working out the way I wanted it to, but that's how things go. That's the story of my life. They're not going to work out the way I want them. So, oh man, I'll just have a smoke, catch up a chat, catch my attitude real quick. All right, we're good. We're good. We good. It's just a hard. It's hard to reach because I got this lip. I don't know if you guys can see. I know the chat's right in front of it. So there's this lip right here, right? But there's a recessed pocket here that's like, I don't know, 2 inches. It's like 3 fingers wide, this little pocket, like 2.5 fingers wide, this pocket where the hinge sits down into. But the screws are probably 3/16 of an inch lower than the top of the rail here for the bed box, or the deck box. So I have to get them in there straight, but they're at an angle. But you got to get them straight, which is just, you guys know how that works. It's a pain in the ass. It's a pain in the flipping ass. So, but that's okay. I'll get her. I got the front end on this side, so obviously I can get the front end. I got them out, so obviously I can get them back in. It's just a matter of getting the right angle on everything, and it's really hard to do. Now, if I can get one to go, there we go. There we go. That one started in the hole. See, sometimes you just got to walk away for a minute and, don't let it frustrate you. Because when you let things frustrate you, that's when you start freaking screwing things up. Because you start getting mad and then you act out of emotion rather than thinking about it. So, what am I working on? I'm working on, I don't know, I'll give you one guess what I'm working on. One guess. Here, let me pan the camera around a little bit. And I don't know, what do you guys think I'm working on? I'm redoing the flooring on the boat. I'm redoing all the flooring. I just redid the deck boxes and the bow with the flooring, and now I'm putting the deck box lids back on. So, but they're a pain in the ass to get on. So I'll just do what I can do. I was hoping to be done already because I have a little tiny section that I'm trying to finish up. So once I get that little section finished, the whole bow will be done. Then it's going to be the hard part of doing the cabin area and the stern, because I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 more deck lids to do. And you guys saw the right, this tractor, man. This is a Deer John. This is a Deer John. They're blue instead of green, and they're prop driven. So as you drive through the field, you automatically plow it without even trying. Problem is your plow prop. They're expensive, and they're only good for about 3 rows of the field before you have to replace it. That's why farming is so expensive, because you know, all last 3 rows of field. So, but yeah, the stern's gonna suck ass, because that's all deck box lids, all of it. The whole stern is box lids with there's like a space like that wide that's not a box lid. So it's going to be a bitch to do the stern. It's going to take a long time. I will be going and getting, the props and the rocks don't mix. I'll show you my prop and you'll understand that. But for the stern, I'm going to end up going and getting the grinder wheel, the sander disc wheels for my grinder, and just using that, because that'll eat it right apart. So that'll eat it right up. Because these things took me freaking like 4.5 hours each to get sanded out and wrapped. So that was only 2 of them. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 more to do. And it's going to suck doing those. It's really going to suck doing those. The one down the center is going to be the worst, because I got a big old long, like 4-foot compartment down the center that I keep all my lights jackets and, the PFDs and the oars, all that shit that you never use is right there in the middle of the cockpit, but it's right between both consoles here. So if something happens, anybody in the boat can get to that if you're still in the boat. Because usually that box lid's only getting opened if somebody that was in the boat comes out of the boat you know, because that's where life jackets, the PFD, the throwable, all that is at. I was trying to see if I could use it for a rod locker, but it's just like 8 inches too short. So my little shorty rods will fit in there, but not my bass rods. All right, I'm almost done with my smoke. Let me. Oh, fish whistle was engaged before I got here. Lots of hours of these projects. You're exactly right. You were exactly right. I need to get the bimini put up and the straps adjusted perfectly for the bimini, because last time I put the bimini up on the water, it was like crooked and tilting to one side and looked all funny, but it worked. I only used it once when Mrs. SoCal was with me, and Mrs. SoCal doesn't like the sun. She does not fare well in the sun, and turns out we went out on a fucking day that it broke the fucking record for the hottest day of the year, or the hottest day in history on the lake. So go figure, right? The one day I take Mrs. SoCal out was like the one day that was fucking scorching hot, and every dumb shit in the county was taking their boat out for the first time in the season. I'll have pride in it, and I'll have a fucking better price tag on it when it goes on the market for sale. Because this boat's great for the lakes. It works great for bass fishing. But I'm a saltwater fisherman first and a bass fisherman second. So I need another boat that'll get me out to the salt where I want to fish. I need to be out fishing fucking tuna. Don't get me wrong, I love bass. I love fishing bass. But I love fishing tuna even more. All right, let me get my ass all contorted. Go into a little fucking contortionist fucking prison here and see if I can get this hinge put back on. Oh God, I'm too old for this shit. I want to hire a neighborhood kid to come over here and do this because they can get in here. I can't. All right. Oh, this is going to suck. It's going to take 2 hands and a freaking leg. So the way this is, I got to hopefully find a way to keep these fucking screw heads in the. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to see if I can do that. I can't even reach in there to the holes to push the screw in and start it by hand. And they're non-magnetic, so they're not sticking the screw tip on the drill. But I got to pry them up a little bit. Oh, come on, you piece of shit. I just almost lost a finger right there. All right. I guess I'm doing it by hand. Let me back this one off a little bit. Let's see if backing that off. Let's move where they need to go. I'm wondering if this will be enough. That'll be plenty. Okay. Then I can do it like that. I can kind of, okay, there we go. Beautiful. So I got the front one and the back one started. So I think now that that one's started, I can get in there with the drill and drive it in. Right? And that should let it stay. where it's lined up. I just dropped my freaking bit. Okay. There we go. Oh, good God, you guys. I was looking forward to doing this. Now that I got into doing this, I'm not looking forward to doing the other side. The other side's going to suck. All right. So let me do that. Put a hand on there. I can kind of hold the screw to the screwdriver here and get it to start. There we go. Get that one to start. Okay. Do it again with this one. And that hole was the one that I had to drill the screw out. So I'll get this one to start. Okay. Not freaking comfortable and not easy to get to. Hopefully I don't have to do this ever again. All right, come on. Okay. They're in there, so I can give them all one good little final tightening. I never, when I'm working on stuff, I never tighten everything down all the way right at first. I always get everything snug. Then I'll go back and I'll do a final tightening on things, just in case, something's got to come back off. Everything's not always all the way torqued down until I'm sure that it's got that it's good and that it's not coming back apart. So, one deck box lid on. All right, that one's on. That one is officially in. Now I'm officially freaking stuck. So now I gotta jump down here, get the other one. And fight with the other one. But this one I kind of know what I'm doing already because I just did one. So maybe I can reach it without getting all the way down. Oh, beautiful. Beautimus. Six, 8. Okay. All right. Hopefully this one will go easier. These should be lined up right. Yeah, those are lined up right. So now it's just a matter of doing everything on this side. Which, sitting over here, leaning this way, is like backhanded for me. Okay. Everything's backwards this way. And I can't see chat. I'm looking opposite way of the phone. Oh, okay. Okay, that one is going to line up right there. Oops, I dropped my screw. Might be able to get that one to start by hand. There we go. Okay, if I can start that one. right? I can get that one to start. Okay, that one started. So now I'll go to the back hole on this one and get that one started, which I can reach by hand. Holy cow. Something's wrong. I can reach it. Okay. If I can get these ends started, I'll be golden. If I can quit dropping the screws, I'll be even better. Oh, come on, quit moving on me. Go in there. Okay, so those are started. So now get that one started. Okay, let me snug this side down. That'll help me on the other side. Okay. Now, all my screws that fell down there, out of there. All right, give me 1 second, guys, and I'll come over and catch back up with chat. Oh, ow, I'm stuck laying in a hole. There we go. I'm just gonna screw this one all the way in. Well, not all the way. I'm gonna snug it. Then I'll take this one, do the same thing. That one went in the hole. I can feel it. Okay, so get that one in there. Okay, and then I should be able to get these others to go right in because now everything should be lined up. Yep. Okay. Now that I know it's all in there, I'll go back and I'll tighten everything all the way down. Nothing's got to come out or move or twist or tweak or any of that. So, boom. That one went way easier. Both deck lids are on, ladies and gentlemen. Heck yeah. Heck freaking yeah. Got a little more scraping to do on this little thing here, but nothing major. And then I can coat this section. And then I can do the top of the, I got this little section I'm sitting on right here. But this is all I got, this little square right here to finish. I got the deck plate here, but I don't know if I should take it off and try to reset it on top, which might be a lot easier because I just do one full sheet and then reset this on top. But then I'll have this ugly ass thing exposed. So, but then again, what I could do is take this off and cut the hole in the foam for this thing from underneath. So it would say, no, because this overlaps. Damn it, that won't work. So I'll have to cut the hole in the foaming around it, and then reset it or set the flooring. But for right now, I got a little bit more to scrape off. So I'll scrape it, and then I'll give it a nice little wipe down with some thinner, some alcohol, and just get all the little dust and impurities and shit out of my way. And that flooring will stick. So I was hoping to be able to do a full wrap around this, but with the way the deck lids sit, well, there may be room. Let me see, because I do have a wider gap now. Oh, I might be able to wrap this whole darn thing. I might be able to wrap that. Oh man, that's going to be a pain in the booty though, because it's only a wrap on 3 sides. But my goodness, that's a big gap right there. But I mean, that's how the deck lids fit, so that's all I can do. I might be able to wrap the full ends. We'll see in a little bit here. So what I'm going to try to do is do it so that I can cut out around this seat base, and then I'll use the cutout to put up on the top of the seat base, like a cover, you know, to cover that little seat base section. Okay. I think that's as much as the glue as I'm going to be able to get off of here. So let me give her a couple little spots here. Oh, this is going to look so neat when it's done, you guys. I'm going to be so happy. I will be so happy when I'm done with this. Give it a little wipe down here, get all the dust off. I'm almost tempted not even to put the seat back up on the bow. I mean, I use it, but we'll see. All right, so my alcohol, I believe, is in here. Oh, give this a little rub down. Hey, is Grumpy here? Grumpy Bass, welcome in. Thanks for jumping in, bud. We're just hanging out, getting the last little bit of flooring done on the bow. So I got this one little square yet to do, and once that's done, it's done. I may end up doing a couple extra little pieces in here that I didn't think we're going to be able to. I didn't think we could wrap, but it is what it is. Um, I'm having to kind of piecemeal this thing together the way it's going anyway. So I'll get her done. Nice little alcohol wipe down to get just all that shit, grease and grime off of there. All right. All right. And I have a piece over here ready to go. I have a full sheet, which I didn't want to use a full sheet, but it is what it is. I'm going to have to, oh man. If I wrap it, right, will it? It's not going to match up. That's going to look funny as hell right there. Because the pattern doesn't match. What if I flip it? We'll see if this pattern matches. That pattern doesn't match up either. So to make that pattern match, it would have to be right there, which means let me see here. I flip this side down. Can I get it to line up? I may not be able to freaking. It may be too thick right here with the deck lid. I think it's going to be too thick with the deck lid. Unless I can kind of manipulate it a little bit with my manipulation tool. When you wrap this down around, right, like that, it'd have to be right there. That ain't gonna work. Will it work? That's gonna be too tight. To wrap it would be too tight. But now, yeah, that would be too tight. But that's where the pattern would have to be to line up. Oh man, what do I do here? What do I do? Yeah, see, it's too tight with the deck lid shut. The material's too thick on some parts. So, how will it look if I just do it right to the edge? It'll look okay. So if I go like that, oh guys, this is a brazen ballsy call, but I might have to just stick it down and trim it around to where it's got to be. to make everything line up. So I think that's how I'm going to do it. I think that's how I'll do it. And now that I think about it, I don't have to have the plate for the thing exposed. I mean, I'll have a little weird like gap in the glue right there though. But I could probably get this strap down, get it glued down. I'm going to try that. If I got to peel it back up, I got to peel it back up, right? We're about to see stupidity happen here, because this is either going to work or it's not. Oh, come on. One day I want them to make these sticker backs that peel off with one piece. Just one day. Because every time you touch it with your fingers, it kind of ruins the glue, you know? And it's also more of a pain in the butt to clean up my trash now, because it's a whole bunch of little pieces rather than one big piece. All right, where was my side that goes this way? Was it this side? Yep. So get that lined up nice and crisp and tight. Okay. That's down. I can see my hole for my thing. Okay. So what I need to do now is open this deck lid, see if I can get that to wrap. It's not going to wrap. It's too much. It's too thick. Yeah. All right, I gotta go grab a razor knife, guys. I'll be right back. Oh, watch me break my ass trying to get off here. I used to have steps on the bow of the boat. And they broke off because apparently they don't like fat dudes. All right, give me 1 second. Let me go find a razor knife. Oop, gate didn't shut. Holy crap, man. I had one in here. I thought I had one in here. I guess not. Where'd all my razor knives go? I can't find a freaking razor knife all of a sudden. There's got to be one in this bag. I have 12 razor knives. I can't find a single one. Come on, really? Pops take my freaking razor knife too? I'm missing so much shit. I don't even see my box of blades. There's the box of blades. I don't want to just use a straight blade though. I had knives. There were like 16 of them. Give me a second, guys. I'm looking for a razor knife. I don't know where the hell all my razor knives went. Half of my tools freaking disappeared and walked away. I don't know where the heck they went. I have a straight blade. I have my other little cutter here, but that one's getting dull. All right, I'll just use what I got. Use what I can find. There's a knife from here. Nope. Oh wow. My freaking razor knives walked away. Oh, you know what? Maybe one in my truck. I might have walked all the way into the garage when there's one sitting right in the truck. Gosh, that does look good though, huh? Now that it's all like 99%. Oh yeah, there is one in my truck. It's in my freaking hunting bag. Okay, there we go. Beautimus. All right, let me come back over here. I got to get up on the other side because that's where the ladder's at. I had steps that bolt to the trailer of the boat, and I stood up. I went to climb up them one day at the boat launch, and they broke, and I freaking fell in the lake. Okay, so let me open this up. And I'm gonna zip this off. Get that piece out of there. Okay. Now let me see how that side closes. It'll be a little tight, but it'll work. Okay. So now I'll do that on the other side. Right. I'll open the box. I'll fold this down. I need something to keep that box open because so the steps have a hinge with a freaking like the little deals on the hood of your car, the shocks to keep those open. The deck lid boxes don't. Makes no freaking sense. Okay, so where am I going to cut this to make a straight cut to wrap that? Actually, I need to, there's my corner right there. So I'll wrap the corner, get that all wrapped. And then I can fold this down. Uh-oh, might have went too far. we go. Hey, look at that. Uh-oh. Rut row. That corner right there is going to look like crap because I cut it wrong. Oh no. So because this paper didn't freaking come off right, I just lost a bunch of the glue back on this. So this section might come up. The freaking sticker paper didn't come off as one piece like it should. So some of the spots around where it didn't come off stuck, and the glue peeled off the back of the freaking material. But if I can get it to wrap down, there we go. If I can get that to wrap down, I can get that down there, then I can take that corner like that, and there's a freaking, that's not going to work. Shit. That corner is going to be all jacked up. Darn it. It's going to be one little jacked up spot, like right where you see it. So what I'll do, I'll cut this up right there. Take this section out. And see if I can manipulate this corner to freaking come back together like I need it. One little messed up corner right there. Okay, now I want to cut this off because I don't need this to go all the way down and out. I need it to, oh, and I got to wrap this corner still. So I'll take this and I'll cut it. Cut that off. And that'll go down. That'll go down. And that'll stick. And that corner doesn't look so bad. This other corner over here looks like crap. But the only person that'll ever see that'll be me. All right, guys. I believe we're good. I believe the bow is done. We'll make sure. Oops. Take the hammer out of there. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Now I could have got a piece down there. Dang it. That's okay though. I'll come back and do that. So right here on this seam between the solid part of the deck and the deck boxes, I can actually fit a piece in here. So what I'll do is I'll come back, and I wasn't too worried about that section, but I didn't think it was going to be that big of a gap. I didn't think you'd be able to see it. But what I'll do is I'll come back and cut little strips just to go on that face so that it fills in that gap. So I'm going to definitely need, well, that'll stick. Once I get the steps completed, because I'm going to do the steps in a completely different color. I want to do the steps in a color that stands out. So That way, if we are out at night, which we're not going to be out at night on the boat, but if we're out or whatever, and it's low light or tough light to see in, whatever the case, the stairs will stand out over the rest of the boat, so you'll be able to see it. You get this pressed down around that plate there. I can see that plate, so I can kind of press the material in there. Now I got that bump. I can see the bump where the plate is, but once the seat's on there, you're not even going to see that. I was thinking I was going to have to cut out around the plate, the seat plate, but I realized I can just cut the hole right here for the post, the seat post, and you won't even see the seat plate. So that's all down and in. So now let me throw all this crap that's on the bow out off of the bow. I'll just throw it all right here out of the way for a minute. We'll get up here and show you how she's going to look. And now that this is all complete, well, 99%, I got to do this little gap here, but that's going to be for another day. And I'll quick because I don't need to do that on a live. That'll be a whole different project. All right. So what I'm going to do is I'll just set the steps where they go so that you guys can see how it's going to look. I'm not going to be, now it's dirty. I got to wipe it all off, all the dust and dirt and debris and all that, but that's not a big deal. That is not a big deal. I'll just come out here with the blower and I'll blow it all off. I got my big old garden blower. So let me get all this crap out of the way real quick. I'm just gonna throw it all right down here where it's gonna be in my way on my next part that I go to on this thing. I'm gonna throw the steps where they go. I'm not gonna put them on. I'm just gonna throw them on where they go. I may need a new hinge for this. Okay. So the steps aren't on there all the way. They're just floating. And then I am going to do the top step in this color. This part right here will be this color. But the step and the back of the step, I want to do, I have a few different colors. I have a black and red, like the same way this is the black and blue. I have a black and red like that. The color red, I hate it, but it might, just for practical purposes, might be the right color because it'll stick out. You know what I mean? It'll be so blatantly obvious and bright that it'll stick out. Holy shit, that actually looks fairly well. That looks fairly well. I like it. I almost want to vacuum it all off and make it look all pretty for you guys before I show you the whole thing, but you guys can imagine with what it's going to look like when it's not back, or when it's vacuumed off. This little section right here didn't stick perfectly. There it goes. That seam's off just a hair, but all right, guys. Let me pull the camera out of the holder here. We got 10 of you watching. We got 30 thumbs up. We got little sister Josie in here. I was the wrong button and scrolled out of YouTube. I think Josie said she was going to dinner. I don't remember. My brain's fucking stupid. There we go, guys. You get up on the ladder where we can get a good overview. That's the bow. See y'all right there? Right there. You can see the plate. I think that's going to peel up in that spot. But, and then these gaps right here. I didn't think this, I didn't realize the deck lid sat that far back. So I got to screw this in more. I can see the screws. So when I suck that over more, yeah, that'll be way better. But I got to do a little end piece here and on the same side. Well, there she blows. You can see where the patterns don't line up all over the place. And that's just because of the sheets. Like this sheet right here is a full sheet. And well, yeah, pretty much a full sheet. I had to cut like the corner there. But that's pretty much a full sheet. And then the rest, the full sheets don't line up with the other full sheets. But I think once I finish, when I finish filling in that gap, it'll look freaking bitchin'. You can see all the seams, which I don't like. But I'm not a professional freaking boat flooring guy. So I think for a guy that's never done this before, that just did it for his first time with no instruction manual, no help or advice from anyone, anywhere, any place, I think it turned out okay. I think it'll look okay, right? So it does look a lot different than the thought I saw a little part popping up over here. Now what I'm really hoping is that this stuff doesn't fucking peel up. This I'm worried about. You guys can see that transition right there where that plate's underneath of it. I'm almost tempted, and I don't want to do it, but I'm almost tempted to run a razor knife and just make a slit around there so that there's no transition up. But I think I'm going to let this sit out in the sun for a couple days. I mean, not that it's super hot now anymore, but I'm hoping that with the yeah, exactly. Get a solid color. Get a solid color. I thought the diamond pattern would look good, but the way the sheets are cut and made, it's like they just randomly cut a whole shitload and they stack, X amount in the box. So, but now inside the cabin here, is a fucking mess right now. Because look at all the leaves and shit in here from being parked under the tree. And like these stupid fucking balls from the tree. But you can see like where the carpet's all coming apart in there. So I got to redo all the flooring in here, which that shouldn't be that bad. But that's all like my mess from, well, a lot of that's the paper from last time, from the flooring here. But still a bunch of my mess from last time I was out, But here's where it's going to be the problem, guys. This is what's going to be my problem. Let me flip the bimini. Flip the old bimini top up. Uh-oh. It might hit my tripod. Please don't hit my tripod. Oh, it's going to come like 2 inches short of my tripod. Okay. Let me flip the bimini up. Get the rest of the cover off of here. Well, I'll just pull the cover back. Oh, it's going to catch on the chair. But see, this is what I got to deal with back here. So I've got 4 box lids back here. Okay. So this one is my oil and shit. This one is my live well. Okay. That next one is my live well. And then the other side. So I got 2 live wells right in the middle, and then basically 2 storage boxes on each end. So there's 4 of those. There's this one little section right here. This little section right here is nothing. No lid cover or anything. But then you see this like rounded section here. This whole section is my trunk, basically. This whole thing all opens up to my batteries, my fuel tank, which I still have a half tank of fuel. My battery boxes, my fuel tank, all that's in there. But, I got to wrap this whole thing too and do it right so that everything matches up. So But for now, I'm not going to worry about it. I'll after doing what I just did on the bow, I'm not looking forward to these because I got 5 of these to do now, and one of them is the entire width of the boat and like 2.5 feet wide. But then another cool little feature in this thing that I found, if I can get there, I just cut the shit out of my hand on a staple. See all the leaves and shit? But I got another little live well right there. All those leaves are from this damn tree. So there's a hidden live well under the seat. It doesn't have a cover to it. The seat is the cover. But I could use that if I wanted to keep my if I wanted to go get live shiners or live crawdads or whatever. When you get them here, they come in a bag, right? Like a big freaking not like a huge bag, but they come in a baggie, right? I think I probably have one in the boat somewhere I could show you guys. But they come in a bag, just like basically freaking with a little bread tie to keep it shut. But I could actually put that bag under there. I could pull over like right before I got to the home lake, put that bag of shiners under there because they're in water and air. There's air in the water enough for them to survive until they get into the live well. But I could basically stash my freaking live bait under the back seat because when they do the inspection here at the lakes, what they do is they make you drop the motor all the way down. They make you pull the plug out of the boat and they walk around the boat to make sure that there's no water. If there's water dripping out of your motor or out of your plug, if it's more than like a drop or two, then they're not letting you launch. So I could actually theoretically take the shiners. If I wanted to fish shiners at my home lake, I could take the bag of shiners and sneak them in under the front seat. So I thought I had a bag from somewhere. I guess I don't have a bag of them in here. But they just come in a big clear, a big clear bag. Basically a shopping bag with the handles cut off. If you guys ever fish shiners, you know what I'm talking about. I need to cover this thing up, but I don't want to cover it up because it's a bitch. So on that note, let's I'm gonna set you guys up here in the holder for a quick minute. I'm going to wrap up Mrs. SoCal's vacuum, the cord for it, and take that in the house real quick. And then I think what we're going to do is I'm going to call it a day on working on the boat. We'll go hang out. I'll go hang out in the backyard for a little bit. I don't really have much of a honeydew list today because I already did most of it. So I'm pretty much honey done. I mean, there's shit I could be doing. Don't get me wrong. There's a bunch of shit I could be doing. But none of it's like pressing. So give me 3 seconds. I'm just wrapping up the vacuum cord. I'm going to go take that in. I'm just going to throw that right inside the front door. And then we'll go hang out. I need a drink. I need to get out of the sun for a minute. And we'll go hang out and talk some stupid shit. All right, I'm going to take this in the house. Give me 2 seconds. I'll be right back, you guys. Well, I still got the mic. I just don't think I got the camera. All right. That was a chore. That little piece, I thought that little piece was going to be the easiest pieces. But turns out it was kind of a bitch. And I underestimated the gap that I was going to have for the deck lids. So that kind of screwed me over a little bit. But had I known that originally, what I would have done was I would have taken this piece right here. Oh, you guys are looking at the tree. Sorry. Wrong way. So had I known about these gaps right here going to line up the way they did, I would have taken this piece right here and just basically cut it to fold over right here down in. But I really thought this was going to be too thick up into there. So I can always go back and just fill it in. I mean, hell, I could even move the deck lids up a quarter of an inch, half an inch, and it'd look fine. I do got to screw in this deck lid a little more, but I'm not going to worry about any of that right now. I'm not going to worry about that. I'm going to let this stuff cook in the sun tomorrow and like melt in. I'm really, my only worried spot is right here where the, let's see, right here where the base plate is for the pedestal seat up front. But I think I got this stuff down enough to where it's going to seat in. And if it kind of expands a little bit in the heat and like, melts in, because tomorrow's supposed to be like 80, 85 degrees. So I think if that, warps into there, we'll be fine. All right, now let me get my camera out of here. I'm going to fold my tripod up real quick while I take it in the house. Or while I head to the yard. All right. We're going to head out back and hang out. So, oh, my fucking leg just fell off my tripod. All right. I keep freaking hitting buttons here on the camera. Okay. Oh, man. We were supposed to take that stupid bike right there to her mom this week. But I have a little issue with the truck. I have a tire on the truck that's ready to not be a tire anymore. So I'm not going to drive the truck all the way the fuck out to Arizona with the tire not being a tire. It's sketchy just driving it around town right now. One tire out of 4 is like completely bald, and the rest are completely fine. The place I bought the tires is freaking out of business, obviously, so I can't even go back and freaking shove that tire up their ass, which I'd like to. All right, now let me get that. God damn it! I paid $65 fucking for this tripod, and I'm having nothing but issues with it. The freaking one leg keeps falling off, and then the little support brackets keep freaking coming off of the legs. Yes, Josie, it is definitely time to blow the fish whistle. You're absolutely right about that. So look at the mess I made freak table doing this boat shit. This stuff, like, I stuck it down to the table, so it's stuck there now. But yeah, I can. Yeah. Yes. Do you want them now, or do you want them for tomorrow? Because you're not home tonight, so you want them for tomorrow? I don't think she can hear me. I think she must be up in the front part of the office and has me on mute. Josie, do me a favor. Can you ask Mrs. SoCal if she wants them for tonight or? All right, give me a second, guys. I'm gonna go grab a drink. I'm freaking parched. I drink a lot of water, you guys. So I need to get more water. Oh shit, we're gonna have to go to Walmart and get more of these waters. I'll tell you what, you guys, for the price of these things, here we go again. Shameless plug. Walmart, if you're listening, sponsor me. Clear American. The berry. They are 0 sugar, 0 calories, 0 caffeine, 0 sodium. per serving. These things are freaking good. And I don't drink soda. I mean, I do once in a while. But these things they give you that feeling of drinking a soda. They're 88 cents. So actually, they're 88 cents at my Walmart. So at your Walmarts outside of Crapofornia, they're probably 70 cents. But you're going to find these, you'll find these at your Walmart in the aisle that sells like water and soda. You know, they're going to be in your bottled water section of Walmart. And they come individuals, you know, I wish they had them in the case. Okay, perfect. They'll be ready for your lunch tomorrow. But yeah, these guys, these are great. Jackson, try these, man. Try these. Go into your local Walmart, into the water section, and there's like 10 or 12 or 15 different flavors of these in there. Pick the one that looks the best to you and try them out. They're 88 cents. You can't go wrong. And they are, as you can see, it's probably hard to see, but they are bubbly. They are carbonated. And they're good. I keep saying they taste like freaking drinking candy. But they got like I said, they got a bunch of different flavors. Personally, the blue raspberry is my okay, perfect. Okay, good deal. Thank you, Josie. Personally, the blue raspberry one is my favorite. The strawberry one's pretty good. The Fuji apple is great. Mrs. SoCal really liked the I think there's one that's like an orange cream. There's a whole bunch of different flavors. I recommend buy one or two of them just to see if it's something you like. And if you like the flavor that you bought, then go back and buy like one or two of each of the other flavors to see what else you like and mix them up. But they're fucking good. All right. Fish whistle engaged. I'm going to go off camera just because Mrs. SoCal's at work and I don't want somebody to walk by and whatever. Cheers, y'all. Wow. Oh, sorry about that, y'all. That one lung punched me. Holy crap. So what I just the fish whistle that I just blew is that's the last little tiny itty bitty bit of my last harvest of the Mendo Loco, like 2.5 years ago. But it's like it gets better with age. My God. Oh, that one freaking punched me in the freaking. That one punched my freaking throat and my lungs. God damn, that one like kicked back at my diaphragm and everything. I have more, almost done. I have no. That plant, that one's lost forever. I lost the parents of that one, of that cross. And while I know a few people out there in the world that have some of the seeds, I'm not going to be that guy that's like, hey, I need those seeds back, you know. Now, I know if for example, 110%, if I were to tell Eagle, hey, I need like 5 of those seeds that you have, he wouldn't even question it. He'd put them in a friggin' envelope and throw them in the mail tomorrow. But I have a few of those left, the seeds left. And once everything's set up to where I can, you know, do a hunt for out of the what I got left. Once everything's set up to where I can do a hunt for a male and a female, I'm gonna make more of that. I will absolutely make more of that. That might actually end up being one of the giveaway prizes on some of the giveaways. That'll be an optional prize because I know not everybody's going to want to put in the dirt and let them, you know, turn into vegetables in their garden. Tell you what, if you do, if you want to put those into vegetables in your garden, yeah, exactly, exactly. But no, if I were to call Eagle up and be like, "Hey, bud, do you have any of those left?" He'd be like, "Yeah, I have, X amount. I'll send them to you." Because he knows too. He knows he was one of the very, very, very first people that ever got those and grew it, and he was like, holy shit, that one's great. I love it." Um, he was showing it off to other people out there, and you know, other people were like, "Oh my god, I thought that came from Subcool." So that was impressive to become to put out a plant, and people thought that it was a Subcool strain. That they thought that came from TGA seeds. That to me told me that fucking I did it right, because people don't compare your shit to the freaking king of cannabis unless it's that good. So, but anyway, yeah, I'll make some more of those because my god, man, my god, that was one where Mrs. SoCal was so mad at me because she'd be at our old house. She'd be telling me like I'm driving up the street, on the way home, and I could smell it from the park, and the park a good little distance away, and I had the carbon filter, all that going. So, in just the right wind, just the right, heat and humidity and temperatures and all that, there's not a single one of my neighbors that didn't know what was freaking happening in my garage. There's no way you couldn't. No way you couldn't have known. Like there was nothing on the planet that would have kept that smell down. So, yeah, even with the carbon filters, Josie, even with the carbon filters, I had. So the way I had my setup, back in the day, I had a 4x4 and a 5x5 that were side by side, and my 5x5 was my mothers and clones and seed starts. So I had my intake air coming in from my 4x4, right? My freshest, cleanest air. I had built a filter box. Okay, I made a box and I put a bunch of like HVAC, like filters for like your air conditioning vents in that box. So it had to go through like 5 different filters before it even got the air into the freaking intake. So it'd go into my 4x4 from the that came in down at the bottom of the 4x4, powered by I had an 8-inch fan pulling it in, and then up on the top of my 4x4 I had tubing that went from my 4x4 over to my 5x5, and it popped down into my 5x5 from the top, right? So all my air was coming down from the top, which was forcing all the old air out the vent at the bottom of my 5x5. That went into a carbon filter. And I had actually put 2 carbon filters in there, and it didn't help. Did not help one bit. Didn't help. Didn't make a damn bit of difference. So, because I was filtering the air coming out, and then it was going into the carbon filter. So it was filtered before it was filtered, and it didn't fucking make a difference whatsoever. What, dude? What? This freaking dog, all he cares about in life is this tennis ball. Give me it. Give me it. Give me it. He won't drop it because he's like, he won't let me take it out of his mouth. but he won't drop it. But now he wants to play tug of war with it. And then he gets all mad when I won't play tug of war with him. Yeah, the refillable ones. Hey, yeah, welcome in. What do you mean the refillable ones? The refillable carbon filter? Yes, that's what I was using. That's what I was using. But I was also doing another air scrubber as well on the intake and the exhaust. So I had some DIY stuff going on. All right, man. That's. I'm so glad the bow of that boat's done. Um, got a little bit of trim work left to do on it. I have a sheet of that stuff that's got like just enough where I can do those gaps between the deck lids. And I think once those are done, it's going to look stellar. It's going to look absolutely stellar. And those two spots sucks, but I got to go scrape the glue off because I thought, and it was probably because of the way the carpeting was done, there wasn't a gap between there. It was a nice tight seam, but with all the carpeting out of there, it makes sense now that I double think about it. They say hindsight's 20/20, right? Well, hindsight's 4/20 sometimes. Now that I think about it, with the carpet the way it was, that gap wasn't there. So, but it's fine. I'll just go tuck up. I might even peel that one section out and redo that whole section, which will be a bitch. I'll have to get the glue off and all that again. But now that I know, I can go in there and do that real easy. Oh man. So it seems like so possibly Tuesday, Mrs. SoCal has to go run out to her mom's out in Arizona. Which if that's the case, I'm going to try to get her out fishing Wednesday. I found a freaking anchor. I thought I was completely out of anchors. I thought I had no anchors left. And I just found a grappling anchor. So, I think what I'm going to do is tomorrow, I really want to go deer hunt. I really, really, really want to go deer hunt. The last 2 days have just been shit. But it's been the opening weekend of rifle season. So tomorrow I'm probably going to focus on finishing, basically just cleaning out the rest of the boat. Um, I'll redo the top on the steps with this stuff right here, and then I'll get the steps put back on and get the boat all nice and cleaned out and vacuumed out. And hey, you're fishing, Steel City? Yeah, heck yeah! I'm wishing I was fishing. I think I'll get the boat all dialed in tomorrow and ready to drop in the water. And then Tuesday, I'm thinking Tuesday we'll be in the water on the boat. That's kind of what I'm thinking. I'm going to shoot for being out on the lake on Tuesday. Probably live, most likely live, because if I'm fishing, I'm going to be live unless I don't get service on the lake. I should get some service on the lake, but people tell me that Verizon doesn't work well out there. So oh, really? They're already chasing, huh? They're not chasing here yet. They're not chasing here yet. But they should start here any day. And I'll be hunting weekdays. I'm not going to hunt weekends. I've already vowed that I will never. I was supposed to go out Saturday morning, and then I was morning, and my hunt got blown out this morning So didn't go this morning. Didn't really hunt much this morning. But I'm not going to hunt weekends anymore. It's fucking ridiculous. I can hunt Monday through Friday, and you know I'll be just fine. I'll be just fine. And actually, I'll be out there alone on Monday through Friday. So theoretically, um, Wednesday, Thursday, and Fridays should be the days when the deer are moving around the most. Because, and this is just from what I've read, I may be wrong on it, but with all the pressure we have out here on the weekends, it's going to kind of push them off for definitely on the weekend days. But then it's going to take them like Monday and maybe Tuesday to kind of get comfortable and going back into their favorite little areas. So by Wednesday, Thursday, and then Friday, um, they should be doing their normal deer things. So you're gonna oh Josie, I hate to say it, but don't watch shit while you're hunting. Watch the forest. And that's nothing against Jackson. That's nothing against anybody live while you're in the deer woods. Um, you got to pay attention to everything else going on around the deer woods. All right, am I missing something here in chat? Let me scroll back and make sure. Okay, you guys were just talking about the bucks are starting to get the freaking doe fever. Okay. Yeah, I'm really hoping that bucks get stupid, man. I say bucks are like teenage boys. Once they start freaking sniffing out those girls, man, that's all their freaking brain power works for. They don't even care about food. But oh, deer have a calendar, man. Deer, they know, they freaking know. They know when opening day is coming. They know when hunting season's coming. Hell, my neck of the woods, um, we'll see them on camera every day in the same spots. Because the southern mule deer that we have here, they don't do the migration patterns and the big range like whitetails do. Whitetails move around. Our deer pretty much stick to their home range all year long. They'll move here and there, but they're going to stick within a certain little radius. Um, so all of a sudden, come opening day, the deer that you've been seeing on camera every day for fucking 3 months will be gone, just straight up gone. Day will be on Saturday. You'll see him Friday afternoon, and you'll never see him again for the rest of the season. And then come like 2 days after the season's over, you'll see him all over the freaking cameras again. Like they know. Now there's one deer in particular this year that I'm really looking for. Um, I'm kind of hoping that Old Man Mike doesn't get him because Old Man Mike is a rifle hunter, and Old Man Mike hunts um, every single day, like rain or shine, freaking Christmas. He doesn't give a shit. Christmas, Thanksgiving Day, whatever. He don't give a shit. Old Man Mike's going to be in the deer woods with his rifle until he freaking gets a deer. Problem is, Old Man Mike's shooting a rifle, so he can get my deer that I'm chasing from 700-800 yards away, where I got to be 40 tops. So I'm really hoping that I've named this deer Ghost. I'm really hoping that Old Man Mike doesn't freaking take a whack at Ghost this year. Last year he got one that I was chasing down, and I don't have any hard feelings about that at all because Old Man Mike is, like I said, I call him Old Man Mike for a reason. Um, Old Man Mike's a really good dude that hunts that area. Really nice guy. Um, and he's old. You know, he's in his 70s, and he's out there. He's still out there in his black and red flannel and his fucking Levi's with his 357 on his hip. You know, shooting his 240, and he tags out every single year. Every year that man tags out. So, and he just goes and sits. The guy doesn't have a blind. He doesn't, you know, he does it freaking. He's been hunting deer the same way for 65 years. You know, you go find a tree or a bush and you sit next to the tree or the bush and you don't make a fucking sound, you don't move, and you know, you'll find a deer. And that's Old Man Mike. Hey, Josie, Arizona Went Live. Okay, I will be over there in a little bit. I'm gonna cut this off here in a minute anyway. Um, we're at coming up on, let's see, coming up on 3.5 hours almost. So I'm gonna, you know, hey, handle these nuts. Fucking nice name, asshole. And don't ever call me Pappy, ever. As a matter of fact, I don't want you on my channel just because of your name, dude. Get out of here. Come back tomorrow with a new name. Fuck you and your name. I don't appreciate that shit. I'll put up with a lot, but I don't like these kids with these stupid freaking names. So, you know, all three of his mods are here. Yeah. Hey, Hooked on Fishing. Hook on Fishing's here. Welcome in. So, guys, I know I've been like blabbering on them for a while, but you know, we got memberships and super chats and all that up on the channel now. Thank God. It took forever to freaking get there. Um, we're going to be doing some members only stuff, and we're going to be doing some definite members only giveaways in the near future. As soon as we get a decent amount of members. Right now, we're still sitting. You know, it only went up live like day before yesterday. So, as soon as we get enough members, we're going to do a members only giveaway, and that's going to be just that'll be a smaller giveaway, but it'll be for members only. And that'll be that's just a thank you to everybody that helped me get in. There's a couple people in here that I know may or may not be able to, you know, do the membership thing, and I will include a couple, like 2-3 people in the you know, that are non-members into the membership stuff, just because of the fact that those people they've been legit and solid in here for a long time, and you know, they're a big part of the reason that I got to the point where I would like to you know, include, you know, like I said, 2-3 people that if they don't ever become a members, you know, but we'll see how everything goes. But once we get a decent amount, we're going to go ahead and do that. And the reason I'm also going to be doing, I've decided that me and Mrs. Hokow have been talking about getting a Starlink Mini, and we have basically we've come to an agreement on what's got to happen before we get the Starlink Mini going on. So, hey, Matt. So our first Starlink Mini live is going to be a marathon of a live. We will probably start. We might do a door-to-door freaking live, you know, rod style, where we're just fucking live forever. We want to go jump in the Jeep and go from one side of the desert to the other without touching pavement. So it's 100 and I want to say on the bike it was like 140 some odd miles. And I know I when I'm on the bike I like zip out past the Jeeps and then turn around and come back and zip back out past the Jeeps. So I'm doing a little more mileage than they are because I'm going out and back and they're just going out. But our first live is going to be through the desert. Our first Starlink live will be going through the desert. We're going to stop at a bunch of different like viewpoints and cool little like geological wonders and check all those out. And then depending on the route, we decide to come home. We might go back the same way, vary off here and there, a little different trails. But we might also come back through the mountains. So that'll be our first live on the Starlink. And that, you guys, you're going to want to pack a lunch and a couple and maybe some coffee because that one we're going to go big on that live. And there may or may not be a random giveaway here and there during that live as well. We may decide to stop somewhere and give somebody something. So we're looking forward to that one. That's going to be a little bit. We got a few things that we got to take care of before the Starlink Mini. There's a few parties in front of that, but once that Starlink Mini is up, man, we're going some fucking places. We're gonna fish some places that we can't get cell service. We're gonna hunt some places that we can't get cell service, and we're gonna off-road the hell out of some places that we know for a fact there is no cell service. So there might actually be a couple spots through there where Starlink buffers looking for signal. But we're gonna freaking do it, and we're gonna do it big. And we're gonna show you guys some stuff that 99% of people that live here don't even know about. We're gonna we'll show you some geological wonders, and we'll show you some views that are just. These are some of those views out in the desert. You would never believe they're there, but some of these views, you just want to sit there and do nothing and just look and freaking zone out and let every thought in your brain just go away and just look and take it in. Like some of these places, man. How do you map it out so there's no concrete from one end to the other? Brother, I grew up in that desert. I've been riding dirt bikes and dune buggies and quads and everything out there for so many damn years that we'll have to cross one road. And that's just the road goes this way and we're going this way. So we just go across the two lanes. And we're good. We're good. So I know that place. I used to joke with my friends when my friends would start riding and we were old enough to go out there by ourselves and, drive our own trucks out there. I would tell people, put me in the dune buggy blindfold and go out in the freaking sand dunes. And, I'll go blindfolded in the sand dunes and, you drop me off of a bowl somewhere in the dunes. Somebody ride my bike out there, drop my bike and me off. I will wait until you guys are up on the other side of that bowl and out of that bowl. Fold, put on my helmet and my gloves. I'd already have my boots and my riding gear on. Put on my helmet and my gloves, start up my bike, and I'd be back at camp before them. And 100 out of 100 times, they'd get back to camp and I would be at camp drinking a beer. And it's just because I've been going out there since I was I have memory. I don't even have memories that go back that far. You know what I mean? Like I've been going out there for so much of my life that I don't remember being out there because I was too young to even develop memory. So I was 2 years old when I started riding. And I can remember the first time I ever broke a bone, first bone I ever broke in my life in fourth grade. I broke my thumb right down this direction. I fell off my bicycle. Well, I went over the bars on my bicycle and I landed and my thumb landed first, right there. So it broke all up along, like right through here. Really weird break, right? So I was in a cast with my hand like this, my thumb out for, I don't know why they put a cast all the way up to here, but they could have just done, to the wrist or whatever. Because it was right here that was broke. But I was in a cast up to my elbow at the beginning of desert season, and I went out there on my little Pee Wee 50 and was riding around on my little Pee Wee 50 with my cast, holding bars like this with my thumb out. At like what 7, 8 years old. I wasn't even that old. Yeah, I was probably 6 or 7. But yeah, so I've been out there for my entire life. I grew up from October to usually like mid to late May. Um, I was in the desert every weekend. And if it wasn't every weekend, it was every other weekend. There's obviously some weekends we couldn't go, but I grew up out there. So, I still to this day, you can go out there and drop me off in the middle of freaking sand dunes and I'll be at camp before you will. You know, we'd go out there on a holiday weekend. And if you guys ever if you go on YouTube and just type in like Glamis Thanksgiving and watch some of the videos and how fucking many people are out there, we'd be coming in out of the dunes and my buddies would be following me and we'd say and have a drink or whatever and decide we're going back to camp. And I'd tell them like, all right, let's go back to camp. And they'd follow me. And I'd come out of the dunes and freaking roll down the sand highway. And all of a sudden I'd make a cut down into the area and we'd end up going straight into camp. And they never understood, like, dude, how do you navigate out here that well when there's that much going on out here and there's so many freaking, thousands of different camps? And it's because I've been out there for so freaking long that I can look around. I can get out there and I look around a little bit and I'm like, okay, this is over here, this is over there, that's over there, and I know where to go. So, it's just, it's kind of like me driving home. I know the place so well. If you're going to your local freaking, you got a Walmart or Bass Pro or wherever you drive, you don't even think about the route home. You just go there. You could be reading a fucking book driving home, and like, okay, now it's time to turn right. Okay, now I got to turn left. You just know. And my navigation skills on the desert like that are the exact same because I've been out there for so long. Yeah, back when kids were tough and played outside and like back in my day, man, we go in and play Super Mario Brothers when it was like we've been outside all freaking day already and we're just so goddamn overheated and hot that we gotta come into the air conditioner. Then we go play Mario Brothers for like an hour and go back outside. Or if it was like we'd been out playing in the rain and we had to come in and dry off because we were getting cold and freaking our noses were running and shit. We'd go in and play Mario Brothers. Once we were dry and warm and good, we'd freaking go back outside and play. Nowadays, like, kids don't play outside. They fucking scream and cry about it. Oh, we'd come back from like Christmas freaking break or, whatever at school, all beat the shit. And the teachers are like, what the hell, man? What happened to you? Like, is everything okay? And you're like, yeah, man, we're skating all week or, whatever. We were at the skate park, or we were at the freaking, I was out in the desert all week and I crashed and I beat the shit out of myself. I came back in seventh or eighth grade. I came to school one Monday morning. I had tire marks from the freaking heel, from my right heel of my foot, all the way up my shoulder, like all the way at the back of my leg, all the way at my back, all the way over my shoulder, down to like freaking my titties. Because I freaking ate shit and my bike ran me over. And somehow, like, I just got sucked into the tire and the freaking paddle and all up my back. And teacher's like, are you okay? What are those marks? And I'm like, oh, yeah, I was stupid. Atari, dude, Pong. I remember Pong. That was like the first video game ever. I had the Atari back in the day. I had the Atari, and then freaking Nintendo came out, and you know, see, I missed the late '60s and the early '70s. I wasn't born until the exact middle of the '70s. So early '80s, early to mid '80s are some of my best memories. That was when fucking times were starting to get weird, though. See, I remember back in the day. I'm old enough to remember when Michael Jackson wasn't white or a pedophile. I also remember back in the day when Madonna was never like a virgin. She was touched for the rim like hell, birth. And Cyndi Lauper and all them fucking weird girls. Back in the day, like the hair metal bands like Wasp, Warrant, and fucking, early Guns N' Roses. Right, Forever Young. Exactly. That was a great song too. My parents were like, you know what? Get the fuck out of the house. Get out. Get out of the house. Fucking come home when the streetlights come on. And then like after that, you get a little older, and it's like, come home at 9. Be home at 9. And I'd set my watch an hour behind every fucking time. And I'd get home and like they'd be like, "You're late." And I'm like, "No, I'm like 5 minutes late. It's only 9:05. It's fucking 10 o'clock." Dude, Woodstock it's funny. So Woodstock started the freaking idea for like Lollapalooza and all of those big freaking shows, right? All of the big like weekend freaking music festivals. Like Woodstock was the original music festival. Woodstock would have been badass because everybody there was freaking happy to be there. Nowadays, like you go to a music festival, the odds of getting in a fight are like 50-50 because somebody's going to be fucking pissed off and be an asshole. But that's how it goes. I mean, hell, you can go to a fucking reggae concert nowadays, and somebody going to want to fight. And the funny thing was, I noticed like straight up like heavy metal, Metallica, Slayer, Pantera, Megadeth, Testament, which one of the best metal shows I ever went to was the Clash of the Titans tour, where it was Slayer, Testament, and Megadeth all toured together. You didn't see fights at those shows because people would go down into the freaking pit and they freaking get it out in the pit. You go down to the fucking pit in a Slayer show, and if you didn't fucking black eye and a bloody lip, you didn't go in the pit in a Slayer show. But you didn't see fights like in the stands and shit. Miranda Friendly Farms, welcome in, brother. How you doing? Hey, I'm glad you showed up because I I'm trying to put it out there into the ether to the weed nerds. Um, do you know anybody that's got my Mendo Loco anywhere, anywhere? Um, I'm searching for. It's pretty sad to say, but I'm searching for either seeds or a cut of the Mendo Loco. If you know anybody that's got it, hit me up. Let me know. You got my number. Just send me a text or a call or whatever. Let me know because I want to make more Mendo Locos. Johnny's got fuck off going right now. No shit. Oh fuck. Okay, I need to call his ass. I gotta call Johnny. He might be expecting a call from me tonight because no shit. Okay. He said he saved a few. Okay, because he sent me a bunch of those too. But if he's got it going, all right, cool. So bitching. I'm gonna have to get a hold of Johnny. I'm gonna have to get a hold of him. I also want to find my crazy Uncle Josh, but I know that I only sent those seeds to one fucking blind ass motherfucker, and that blind motherfucker fucking forgot to seal up the room. They froze to death. All right, hey Seth, I don't know if you know, finally hit the goal of freaking hit the watch hours and got the freaking channel fucking memberships and the super chats and all that going on. Finally, it was a long fucking grind. Yeah, I can jump in for a few minutes. I can jump into the call for a few minutes. I got a bunch of shit I got to do this evening, but I do need to talk to him. I need to talk to him real quick. Hey, right on, Bob. We'll see you soon, brother. Thanks for being here. So I think I should jump out of here too, guys. It's been we're coming up on freaking 200 minutes of the live, whatever that is. Yeah, hour wise. I need to go. Looking at myself in camera, I look like I did some rails of cocaine from the freaking sanding and all that shit. So I need to go jump in the shower and get cleaned up. I got to freaking do dishes again. Seems like I got to do dishes every time I eat food. Go figure, right? But I need to get some shit done in the house real quick. You guys were here, so I missed SoCal's request for me to make something for her so she can take it to lunch tomorrow. So I'm gonna go take care of all that, and then I'll probably see you guys. No, I'll see you guys somewhere through the freaking channels throughout the night. Arizona's live, you guys. If you guys haven't checked out Arizona Outdoors, definitely go check him out. I'm actually going to probably pop him in the background and listen in while I'm doing my shit in the house, and we'll see what's going on. But I'm going to be doing these lives, even just these bullshit hanging out, stupid nothingness lives, quite a bit between now and New Year's Eve because I need 900 more watch hours to hit my full freaking 4,000 hour goal. So I'll be doing a bunch more of these, and then hopefully between now and Thanksgiving we'll be able to do that members only giveaway. So anyway, guys, thanks for being here. Appreciate you, and we will see you somewhere else on the streams tonight. And I'll definitely be doing something live tomorrow. Mrs. SoCal's at work, so I may there's a chance I may pop up on the water in the boat. We don't know, but there's a chance. So we'll see you guys later. Peace. Thanks for being here, guys. Appreciate y'all.